Hello, my name is Susie Paulson, and I'm General Counsel at OMAG. I've been working in municipal government for 20 years, 13 of which were spent in the City Attorney's Office for Oklahoma City. The last 7 of which I've been at OMAG working with municipalities all over the state. OMAG insures about 505 Oklahoma municipalities in their municipal liability plan. And in any given year, OMAG defends 150 to 200 lawsuits. We see a wide variety of lawsuits like auto accidents and slips and falls, but by far the top 3 losses involve sewer backups, police action, and personnel action. About 33% of OMAG claims are related to sewer backups, 19 police activity, and 13 to personnel matters. Since we know these are challenges that most of our cities face, I thought I would share with you some ways that I think you can reduce liability for those 3 losses. Starting with sewer backup lawsuits. Sewer backup liability has steadily increased over the last 5 years. What we found is that most municipalities underfund the maintenance and operation of their sewer system. This may be because the problem is not visible, like say a pothole. So it gets overlooked until there's a major issue or some very upset citizens. As a governing body, you can make the maintenance and the operation of your sewer system a priority and appropriate money and resources to meet those needs. Reducing sewer backup liability is a high priority for OMAG as well. This is why we have grants for cameras, nozzles, root control products, and other equipment. We also have 6 SLRAT devices that can be checked out. The SLRAT will map your sewer system as well as detect any potential problems in the line. Next, let's talk about how to reduce police liability claims. The 2 biggest factors in defending a police liability claim are 1, policies, and 2, training. OMAG provides both of these free of charge through its partnership with Lexipol. 1, your police department must have written policies in place. In 2014, the Oklahoma legislature passed a law requiring every police department to have policies that address 13 areas, ranging from search and seizure to pursuit to professional conduct of officers. OMAG worked with Lexipol to develop policies that address these statutory requirements. 2, police training theories and tactics change all the time based on laws, court rulings, and let's face it, politics. Officers are expected to keep up with the changes, and they can do so with those Lexipol daily training videos. The governing body should also encourage police chiefs to develop relationships with chiefs in surrounding cities, counties, and tribes. Organizations like the Oklahoma Association of Chiefs of Police can also provide valuable information, ideas, and network opportunities. Last, let's talk about personnel liability. This is a struggle that all employers deal with, but municipalities, as public employers, must take some extra precautions when making employment decisions. First, you have to determine who has the authority to make personnel decisions in your municipality. It's key that you know and understand the laws about your form of government and any charter provisions that are related to personnel matters. For example, in a council-manager form of government, the governing body cannot legally intervene in personnel matters. But in an aldermanic form of government, the mayor makes personnel decisions. If you're not in a council-manager form of government, then the elected officials need to develop some sort of system of accountability to make sure employees are performing their functions in accordance with the policies set by the elected officials. Once you determine who can make personnel decisions, then be sure that there are policies in place that address workplace issues and that those policies are being applied fairly across the board. As a practical matter, a couple things can be done. First of all, document, the good and the bad. I like to say if it's not written down, it didn't happen. So document performance issues when they happen. This is key, especially if poor performance escalates over time and the employee needs to be terminated. 2, communicate with employees. Don't make assumptions that employees know what's expected. Put the expectations in writing, in a job description, and go over it with the employees. Meet with employees on a regular basis to talk about what's going on in the municipality. 3, train your employees. At the very least, your municipality must have an anti-harassment and discrimination policy and provide some sort of annual training on those issues. OMAG has online training available, or we can work with your city to provide in-person training if that is your preference. Beyond that, allow employees to attend specific training functions outside of the workplace, like OML, OMMS, or OMA conferences or seminars. These are great ways for employees to learn and network outside the workplace. You never know, they may bring back really great ways to improve your municipality. To wrap this up, I will say they don't lock the doors to the courthouse, but my 20 years of experience defending municipalities leads me to believe that the things I have mentioned do help reduce liability. We have 4 attorneys at OMAG with many years of municipal experience, including Matt Love, who was in private practice defending cities prior to coming to OMAG, Monica Coleman, who spent 25 plus years at the City of Oklahoma City in the legal department and as the Assistant Personnel Director, and Jeff Bryant, who spent 30 years in the Norman City Attorney's Office. If you have questions, you're welcome to reach out to any of us. We are not your city attorney, and we may not have the answer to every question, but we will do our best to help or find someone who can. You can find our contact information on the OMAG website under Contact and Legal Services.